Okay.
Um,
I wanna thank Jeremy because it's at 4 a.m. at your end, 5 a.m.
it's coming up to 5, yeah.
So, but we are Dr. Joe students. We are like, we wake up
Ex-
at 3, right? So
exactly.
exact right time for you to reprogram yourself. And Jeremy is one of our amazing appreciation game players, and we actually met him because he was introduced to us by one of our other players, Anna, and when he approached us because he had a download, he said, "I would love to collaborate with you guys," and we were like, "Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that." And the first time we collaborated with him, we were like, no, none of us knew what to expect. Ellen and I had never had a musical therapy before. Of course, we were in the, Armin van Buuren, when you are in those dance parties, it's like you're in a trance, right? But literally what happened when we worked the first time with Jeremy, I don't know, I think we were 20 people or something, all appreciation game players. And we set an intention, let's tune into the best case scenario of our lives. And this was during lockdown when everybody was in panic. We're talking about every day, thousands of people were dying all over the world. Economy was in lockdown. And Ellen and I were guided to teach the best case scenario, and none of us knew what it was. None of us, we were asking people to tune in and nobody could do it. But then during this session with Jeremy, because we set an intention and Jeremy just started tuning in with his music, something happened. All of us were transported to our individual best case scenario and the best case scenario for our collective. It was so healing, it was so profound, and there's a lot of people here that actually were there. We were all like, oh my God, what happened? And basically what happens when we work with Jeremy's music is, meditation, right? Meditation uses different parts of your brain. You probably know different things to control your mind and to control your state. But what happens with Jeremy's music is, I think, something else happens. We cannot explain it. I'm sure that if we hook up ourselves with EEG, there's lots of stuff happening that we don't understand. But it's definitely different from meditation. It's different from gong bats. It's different from affirmations. It's different from NLP. So those of you who are here on a second time or a third time or a fourth time, you know what it is. It's really healing. The frequencies are super healing. And Jeremy has a talent to just really, I think, download what we need to do. So Jeremy, please let us know a little bit about you and how can people work with you? How can people collaborate with you? How can people invite you to their events online? Maybe host other meetings with you? Maybe let you, I don't know what else people can do with you.
Okay, you can do lots of things with me. So
I'm up for it. If the price is right, I'll do it.
yeah, exactly. All right, okay. So basically, I've just started. I've been a music therapist 2015, quite a long time. I've developed pretty much my own style. Like what I do is very different to what regular music therapists do. And yeah, this year I've sort of been starting on my own online kind of business more actively. And I've got a little group happening every week on a Sunday night UK time. I also do one-to-ones, and yeah, and I've also got some of these tracks downloaded. As downloads on my website. Like basically these tracks, the way I've done this stuff is just pretty much what worked for me. And my early days as a music therapist, I had a lot of PTSD clients and a lot of pain clients. And I think I had that in my background as well. And so I think I just found sort of organically ways that would soothe people. And so everything I have on everything that I teach is just stuff I've learned as well. And the thing I wanted to, so totally open to any collaborations. Collaborations are super fun. So if anyone wants to, they're welcome to. Yeah. And so last week we did the forgiveness one, the Ho'oponopono one. Yeah. And I said to Angelique, I was pretty keen to do a self-love one. because I feel, as I said, I've been doing this a long time, but only really in the last couple of years, I've really become aware that the self-love is such a core part of people's psyche. So almost any
Yes,
emotion,
absolutely.
almost any emotion can come back to the fear of not being loved. So if you think about anything, everything, it always comes back to that, in the child, inside child, whether 3 or 4, whatever it is, there's some fear of not being loved. And so what I wanted to do today was just let be present with whatever's in the body, just really tune into the body, allow the body to speak, because so often we're overriding the body and then just letting whatever feelings come up, and then bringing love to those feelings. And so, and when your body is calm and you feel that sense of love, then just naturally you're going to find your purpose, you're going to find abundance, you're going to find the right person for you. All those things are going to just naturally flow. But like my feeling is always that the first step is always the coming to peace with whatever's there. And for me, self-love is the most effective thing, because it comes back to the core, very, very young emotions of fear of not being loved, which almost everything derives from. So that's why I'm a big fan of the Ho'oponopono one as well. And this, for me, they're fairly similar. I just use whatever I feel at the time, but for me, they're, you just, yeah. You know, as soon as I started doing this sort of practice, I noticed I started attracting people who were nicer to me. You know, like I noticed my outside world changed. And as soon as I start getting mean people in my environment, then I think, okay, I've got to go back to self-love. So, and the good thing about self-love, it's so simple. So I had a lot of training in my background in psychology and all these other things, but it just gets complicated. It gets in your head. Whereas this is almost
The
sort
core,
of
the
core.
foundation.
Yeah, it's very core and it's very primal. It's a very primal feeling that we all sort of search for this. Even though, you know, like people can have whatever exterior intellectualism, sophistication they want, but so
Or
much of so much.
success. Or success.
Yeah,
Or they
yeah,
could be loved by so many people and not really feel it inside and not really let
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So this is, I feel like this is, I feel like this has been a game changer for me. And I mean, as soon as I drop the ball on it, you know, the old shit comes back, but I do find it's the simplest thing and really effective. And you don't get bogged down in complexity. It's just a very simple thing. It's a very simple thing of being present with all your feelings, letting them breathe, not try to override them, but then bringing love to them. And the music is just basically a way that helps people settle into their heart more and settle into their feelings and their deeper emotions, and so sometimes people feel grief, sometimes people feel joy, but whatever you feel, like whatever you feel is right. Even if your mind is angry or distracted, you bring love to that. So,
That
so that's
sounds
pretty
so
much what
moving. That moves me so much, Jeremy. How about you, Ellen?
It's the core. It's where it all
Yeah,
begins.
yeah. But I
You have
mean,
to
we
start there.
intellectualize it so much. And I think from the work that we've done with Jeremy, we know that this is beyond intellect. And it's really raw emotion. It's really primal emotion, because all of us were transported, and all of us have done many, many types of therapies. And all of us were like, what happened in my body?
Yeah,
So
and I feel also with Jeremy, words, I don't think I've found any words. I haven't heard any words that to describe it. It's not, we can't describe it, I don't think. There are no words for it. It's really an experience. So different than anything else. And words just somehow, I don't think I've found them yet, but they're just not, they can't describe it.
transcendence, it feels like it transcends our intellect, and it connects us with another realm. and another realm of awareness of our being. That's how I would describe it. And that would be my testimony for you, Jeremy.
Okay.
I have to write it
Sounds
down.
good.
I have to write it down. Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah. Well, I'm a big believer in that. It's really, I mean, this has been like this for you, Angelique, I gather, and probably a lot of people in this group, that it's really like, if you seek out too much knowledge on your spiritual path, it can hamper you. At the end of the day, it's only what you're feeling in your body that matters. And your knowledge can be,
yeah.
it sometimes can be an impediment and take you away from your heart. So,
For sure.
and if you have a real hunger for it, it can be very attractive to seek out more and more and more knowledge. But I think the only thing that really matters is the degree to which it gets into your body and the degree to which you feel it. Otherwise, it's just wasting time.
Amazing, amazing. We'd love to interview you about this, Jeremy. It's just like really
Sure.
talk about how different this is. And so, because I think this is a very different paradigm than a lot of us who are knowledge seekers and who are
Yes.
knowers. We're knowers, we're not doers, and we're not the beers. You're talking about being.
Yeah.
A lot of people are still in doing, but a lot of people are just in knowing. Ellen and I are trying to bridge them from knowing to doing.
Yeah, totally. And knowing a lot and seeking out more knowing, because you feel sometimes you keep seeking more and more knowledge because there's something inside that's doesn't feel right, and you're seeking more and more knowledge, but the knowledge never changes that feeling. And that's a very frustrating thing, because it has to really get to that feeling. It doesn't, you could read a million books on it, and it's sometimes it's an impediment, like too much knowledge. I always say, don't worry about anything. The only thing that matters is what you feel. And if it feels right and it feels more connected, that's it. You're on the right path. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to, doesn't matter what you call it.
Yeah, but this is what we were teaching last night about finding a better feeling through alignment with thoughts, alignment with really maybe not believing all your thoughts, but also trusting that your feelings will tell you what the right thing is to do. Yeah, yeah. So, so how would you like to start? And we're giving you the word. People are keen to start.
Okay, that's cool. So if you want, it doesn't matter too much, but so basically this is a self-love meditation. I was going to start off with some reasonable amount of breath work, for want of a better word, and then I was going to go into some music, and I was going to slow the music down as we go. You can have an intention if you want. Essentially, it's about self-love with the focus, but something, all of us have a gravitational pull to something negative and something a little bit destructive. And so my invitation would just be, you can just see what comes up, but you can also have an intention that that thing, whatever it is, that I get magnetized to, like all of us have this certain magnetism to certain things. I'm just going to bring love to that, because we often get magnetized to something and then we judge ourselves for it. So we get in this vicious cycle of, we have the thing and then we criticize ourselves for having that very thing. And so what I'd like it to be is that we're going to change our relationship with that thing, and we're going to, whatever that is, we're just going to bring love to it. We're just going to, so if our thing is self-criticism, we're going to bring love to our self-criticism. If our thing is loneliness, we're going to bring love to it. Like whatever it is for us, whatever that negative attraction in our life, we're going to bring that love with that, so we become more peace of that, because behind that door is the real gold, because that's our shadow, and then behind that is our full love. And so, but coming to peace with that and ease with whatever that is, that's the secret compartment to our heart.
I think you're absolutely right, because this is the work that I've been doing recently with the victim and the saboteur archetype within us. And the victim, doesn't take responsibility and always feels things are being done to her. And the saboteur is always sabotaging their success or whatever they want. And actually, the way that I I realized that we have to work with it is through self-love. It's not by criticizing it, but really by loving it, so that it becomes a partner in our healing process. That's the only way to do it. Because what we
Yeah.
resist persists, and we're not hearing the voice of these darker parts of ours. Yeah.
Yeah. And the self-criticism is the most normal thing to do, because as children we're learned that if you do the wrong thing, there's a punishment. And so then we have this conditioning that, okay, I did the wrong thing, so I've got to punish. So I did the wrong thing, so I've got to keep punishing myself. And so that it's this negative belief, and it makes people go into a deeper and deeper hole, and it entrenches it. And the only way out of that is just fully love it. And then, as I said, there'll be some gold on the other side. Like whatever your shadow is always has gold behind it. But we can't get to the other side by making it wrong. We've got to get through it basically with love.
Great. That's an amazing intention. Thank you so much for channeling this for us, Jeremy. I think
No
we all
worries.
need this. All of us need this. So you're going to stream it onto the Facebook page of Conscious World Club, not the page,
Yep.
but the page.
I believe so. So I've got the same page open as I did last night.
Okay. So, and then we're going to, basically people can go to our Facebook page and then watch it there live, or actually last time we were sharing the screen on the Zoom, and it was really amazing sound. It was really good. So people can also stay here, and then after you've ended, you'll come back. You'll come back onto the Zoom, and you guys can come back as well. Okay.
Yeah, and the main thing is just use headphones and like treat it as a meditation.
Yes.
So,
okay. Yeah. Yes, and then we'll have some Q&As and integration with Jeremy, and that part I will stop recording then, and I'll record separately so that if Jeremy wants to use that, he can. But so we will not air that to the public, the integration part, so that it stays private.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So I'm going to mute myself, and we're going to share the screen. And you think it will be in 1 minute or so? We're just going to be patient.
Yeah, I think I'm all ready to go. So
Okay.
hopefully it'll be ready in about only a minute or two.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so just look, I'll keep my phone here if something doesn't happen. But maybe if you give me the thumbs up. But I've pretty much got it all set up.
Okay.
But maybe just let me know on Messenger that it's all good, and then I'll start into the meditation. But I should be good to go in 60 seconds.
I think I'll comment on the Facebook live that you do, so you'll see it. Yeah.
On your Facebook.
On the Facebook, when you're live on Facebook on the page, I will give the thumbs up there.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. See you on the other side.
See ya.
Bye. Okay, that's cool. So if you want, um, it doesn't matter too much, but so basically this is a self-love meditation. I was going to start off with some reasonable amount of breath work, for want of a better word, and then I was going to go into some music, and I was going to slow the music down as we go. You can have an intention if you want, but essentially it's about self-love with the focus, but something all of us have a gravitational pull to something negative and something a little bit destructive. And so my invitation would just be, you can just see what comes up, but you can also have an intention that that thing, whatever it is, that I get magnetized to, like all of us have this certain magnetism to certain things. I'm just going to bring love to that, because we often get magnetized to something and then we judge ourselves for it. So we get in this vicious cycle of we have the thing and then we criticize ourselves for having that very thing. And so what I'd like it to be is that we're going to change our relationship with that thing, and we're going to, whatever that is, we're just going to bring love to it. We're just going to, so if our thing is self-criticism, we're going to bring love to our self-criticism. If our thing is loneliness, we're going to bring love to, like, whatever it is for us, whatever our, that negative attraction in our life, we're going to bring that love with that, so we become more peace of that, because behind that door is the real gold, because that's our shadow, and then behind that is our full love. And so, but coming to peace with that and ease with whatever that is, that's the secret compartment to our heart. Yeah. Yeah. And the self-criticism is the most normal thing to do, because as children we'll learn that if you do the wrong thing, there's a punishment. And so then we have this conditioning that, okay, I did the wrong thing, so I've got to punish. So I did the wrong thing, so I've got to keep punishing myself. And so that it's this negative belief, and it makes people go into a deeper and deeper hole, and it entrenches it. And the only way out of that is just fully love it. And then, as I said, there'll be some gold on the other side, like whatever your shadow is always has gold behind it. But we can't get to the other side by making it wrong. We've got to get through it basically with love. No worries. Yep. I believe so. So I've got the same page open as I did last night. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and the main thing is just use headphones and like treat it as a meditation. So yeah. Yeah, that's good. I think I'm all ready to go. So hopefully it'll be ready in about only a minute or two. So yeah, so just look, I'll keep my phone here if something doesn't happen. But like maybe if you give me the thumbs up. But I've pretty much got it all set up. But maybe just let me know on Messenger that it's all good, and then I'll start into the meditation. But I should be good to go in 60 seconds. On your Facebook. Okay, sure. Okay, see you on the other side. Bye. Yeah, yeah. Lily, go. No. Lily, go away. Go. Okay, so just going to close our eyes and take a deep breath in. Just breathing into the body. And just noticing how the body feels. So we're going to start working with the body, and just do this as is comfortable for you. So we're going to do some deep breathing and just whatever's comfortable. So we're just going to breathe right down to the bottom of the stomach. So 10 breaths in. And then just relax. And then just as you're relaxing, just let a white light shine into your body. And just say, I love you. I love you. I love you. And then just imagining a beam of light shining into the middle of the stomach. And just breathing in 10 breaths. And then just, I love you. I love you. And just sitting in that. And just allowing the light to shine into the solar plexus. And 10 breaths in. And then relax with, I love you. I love you. And just allowing the light to shine into the heart. And 10 breaths in. love you. I love you. And then just letting the light shine into the neck. And 10 breaths in. And then relax with I love you. I love you. And just letting the light shine into the middle of the head. And 10 breaths. I love you. I love you. And just letting the light shine into the forehead with 10 breaths. And relax just with I love you. I love you. And just let the light shine into the top of the head. And with 10 breaths. I love you. And just notice how the whole body is feeling. And just start to breathe into the whole body. And start to feel the energy around your body. And anywhere that doesn't quite feel right, I just want you to breathe into that area and just start to say, it's okay. I love you. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. I love you. And anything that your body is saying, you're just going to be with it. And no matter what it says, you're just going to say, it's okay. I love you. And let this light shine throughout the whole body now. From the head. And just let it flow like a wave down into the feet. And now just allow this breath to fill the whole body as one, as if the whole body is inhaling and exhaling. And notice your body starting to change its feeling. And as you're breathing, you're just going to say to your body, it's okay. I'm listening. I love you. And whatever comes up,
I'm listening, and I love you. And as the music begins, just let your whole body listen. So stay with the breath. And just let your whole body listen. And however your body responds is okay. Because you want to hear it. We're now in partnership. We're going to listen to the body. And we're going to hear it. And so just letting the whole body breathe as you listen to the music. heart. And just bring this feeling into your heart that feels like it's your true you. Your deepest joy. The feeling that most feels like you. And put your hand on your heart. And really start to feel that. And so just breathing into your body and just imagine yourself walking along a path with this feeling in your heart, feeling the feeling around your body, and just letting the music just take you wherever this feeling wants to take you. just breathing into the heart and just asking the heart, what is it you want to tell me? And then as the music starts up, just let yourself sit with that feeling. Just let yourself linger with that feeling. And just coming back to the core whenever you feel you need to.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna give feedback because I'm happy to have this recorded. I was feeling this really tense tummy feeling, you know, there's like some tension because we're talking about the
Okay.
topic of self-love.
Yeah.
And but actually what happened was that because we really had a strong intention, I just felt I just really allowed this myself to love myself. And I loved the first song. I really loved it. I believe in you, kept saying.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I just felt this, like, you know, there's so much lack of self-belief so often in so many areas of our lives. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know, just feeling that self-love, it's okay. You know, you don't have to be, it's not that you are going to be loved only when you achieve this and this and this, you're loved anyways.
Yeah.
And it was so profound that actually before you, like when you started the breathing, I felt this energy, like really like electrical field around me starting to happen.
Okay.
And then when you started the song that I believe in you, I felt my body started integrating that self-love. And then I just continued just to feel like, wow, what's going on with my body? So it's really beautiful.
Great.
Really
Fantastic.
amazing. So I don't know, Ellen, how was it for you? Maybe Ellen cannot talk. Ellen is a co-host. Yeah, so she should be able to unmute herself. So,
Hello.
hi, Ellen.
That was beautiful. I felt a lot of electricity in my body. And yeah, just felt so good to allow it all. It just felt so good to allow the self-love to be there. And anytime
Yeah,
there was
totally.
resistance that came up, I just allowed it to be. It felt really good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was in like a dark room and I'm like, where's the light? I feel like I feel a little bit like not here yet.
Yeah.
I probably didn't look like it. I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, no. I was just laughing because when Angelique was saying, Ellen, are you there? I was just thinking you're probably in outer space somewhere. So.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah.
So I'm going to stop the recording for now so that other people can ask questions and maybe share. We'll record that for in another section so that people you can still You can still get the recording with the, you know, whatever it is, but not for public use.
Mhm.